Welcome to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Amber Duke.
Well, California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom is facing intense backlash for appearing on the liberal podcast Pod Save America while wildfires were ravaging California, displacing more than 100,000 people, also killing at least 24 people by the time of this recording. Critics say the governor's podcast appearance fuels mounting backlash against his and other Democrats' handling of the crisis.
When questioned by Jon Favreau about his wildfire response, Gavin Newsom appeared to shift blame to Southern California's local leadership, citing conflicting information and a lack of straight answers from officials. He also dismissed criticism by President-elect Donald Trump as misinformation and politicization. Let's watch.
What's the disinformation you were referring to in the letter, and what is the correct information?
Well, I mean, look, what the president-elect was saying about state water project and the Delta smelt somehow being culpable of somehow leading to some of the challenges that we face down here. It's words, it's a salad, it's the form and substance of fog, it's made up, it's delusional. And it's a consistent mantra from Trump going back years and years and years. And it's reinforced over and over and over within the right wing. And so it's become gospel. And it's so profoundly ignorant. And yet he absolutely believes it. It's not an ignorance on his part. It's sort of an indelible misinformation that he sort of manifested, a falsehood. And he decided to bring it into this crisis in a profoundly demeaning and damaging way. I say demeaning to the facts, demeaning to the people that were suffering and struggling.
How many jump cuts did they have in that video, by the way?
Yeah, that was
I counted
a lot.
Like 6, 7.
That was a lot. It's textbook, I don't like being criticized, it must be misinformation. My understanding of this little precious fish, that was saved by Gavin Newsom's intervention is that it would have made available more water. Now, not necessarily to the LA area, but I don't know that you can call it all misinformation that he didn't try to stop this based on the fish.
Yeah, I mean, I looked this up. Apparently, there's tons of water in Northern California that gets dumped back into the Pacific Ocean because they're worried about potential falling sea levels affecting the Delta smelt. I mean, this is all true. And their contention is, well, that's Northern California, that's separate, but could you not pump water down from Northern California to help put out wildfires? And then he also got caught in a lie about the reservoirs, because I think there's 4 reservoirs that are usually filled to the max in California. Well, one of them, they recently decided this was the right time to repair it, so they had emptied it. Who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to do repairs on one of the reservoirs right before fire season when you know you have big Santa Ana winds coming in? It just defies logic.
And look, I get that this is a catastrophe that, you know, is because of the really bad winds right now, is not specifically a person's fault unless we find out it was, you know, started by arsonists or something, and then it is that person's fault. I'm definitely on the side of like not immediately politicizing tragedies. I think when Democrats do that, when there's a mass killing or shooting event and it's just knee-jerk, we have to talk about whatever gun control measures that wouldn't have even corresponded to the weapons used in the particular situation. That's a little gross. So fine, I'm willing to say like, okay, well, let's be, you know, measured and responsive with our criticism of whatever governance led to this. Are there forest clearing policies, controlled burn policies that should be used to prevent these kinds of things? What are the buildings being made of? What are the insurance policies or restrictions on what are requirements on what kind of insurance is going to be offered that leads people to make riskier decisions? You know, all of those kinds of things absolutely can be discussed, but like, I'm sorry, if you're the Democratic leader of the state, it is a little bit on you, the kind of response that is mounted, no?
Yeah, exactly. And to your point about insurance, the insurance companies reportedly requested to increase rates because of the many natural disasters that can happen in California, and Gavin Newsom rejected it, so they all fled the state, leaving all of these people's homes uninsured, which obviously, I mean, a lot of the homes that have been burned down are wealthy people's, but a lot of them aren't.
Yeah.
They can't afford to just pay out of pocket to rebuild everything, and it's just devastating. I mean, thousands of lives, if not more, completely destroyed.
And did you see the outrage? Actually, even the Daily Mail manifests a little bit of outrage for Caruso defending his mall with private firefighter. What?
This is mind-blowing to me.
There's no requirement that you allow your property to burn down. What, in solidarity?
Right, in solidarity,
with
yeah.
other, that's
it's like
insane.
shaving your head when your friend goes through chemo. Like,
I mean, if you want to do it, that's
Yeah.
nice, but yeah.
Well, and he also helped the other homes in his neighborhood. He saved them all. I mean, yeah, he owns it, but it's
Right.
his money. Guess what? He
Not harming anyone else.
And he had the opportunity to help everybody in LA,
By
and
being
the LA residents rejected him
Sure.
when he ran for mayor.
Yeah, so that is just insane. I mean, that's a warped ideology to just expect, no, you must burn down as well because ours is not is not suitably protected. Well, we're going to discuss more of the LA wildfire response, particularly what Mayor Karen Bass was doing in a little bit. Tune in for more free media tomorrow.